How to grow a brand new TikTok account fast, step by step. Today, I'm going to show you how you can grow a brand new TikTok account. You've probably seen accounts getting millions of views, followers, and engagement completely out of the blue in the past year. And that's one of the coolest things about TikTok. You don't need to be a celebrity in order to grow an account pretty much overnight. I can't tell you anything that would be guaranteed to generate millions of followers and views, but in the last 6 months, I've grown my account from 0 to over 30,000 followers. I haven't been able to grow that fast in other platforms in the last couple of years because they're too competitive. But with TikTok, which is a relatively new platform, not only have I grown my account, but I've also had hundreds and thousands of views in 3 of my videos. If you ask me, that's not too shabby. And I haven't been able to get that number of views on Instagram, for example. So here are a few things that the most popular accounts have in common and you should apply if you want to grow on TikTok. Step 1, find inspiration. If you haven't been around on TikTok for a while, you probably don't have many great ideas of what works best in that platform. I can tell you that the type of content that works on TikTok is pretty much different from what you see working on Facebook or YouTube and Twitter, for example. Even if you're used to seeing lots of high-performing reels on Instagram, which is a very similar type of content, you can learn a lot from checking TikTok accounts that are booming. What you want to learn is the different types of formats that they're using, their editing style, and how they go about publishing educational content, entertainment content, and other types of content that you may be interested in for your brand. But here's the thing, you should limit how many sources of inspiration you're using. Don't get overwhelmed by trying to model after too many different accounts. Pick 2 or 4 creators that are similar to you, but don't pick huge creators with more than 1 million followers. Now with these creators, you want to find their high impact content. Look at the videos that these creators created when they were starting off that generated millions of views. The ones that helped them break through the algorithm and help them get the following. Model after that. Step 2, plan your content topics to appeal to a broad audience. On other platforms, it's great when you niche down and try to serve a specific audience. But with TikTok, when you're just starting, that's when it's better if you don't put yourself inside a small box that'll limit your ability to grow. Go as broad as possible in terms of topics that you're approaching. Try different content formats such as blogs, tips, educational videos, entertainment videos, heck, even dancing videos, and then see what performs the best so that you can focus more on it in the future. As you learn from your audience about what's the most appealing for them, then you can start gradually niching down to more specific areas and topics. Step 3, in your first month, create content calendar to post few content pieces each day and record them in batches. Just like now, I'm not recording one video that you're seeing here. I record 16 at a time. When you're starting out, you should be focusing on is learning. So that way you can optimize as you go along. And in order to learn fast, you should be trying to publish 3 to 5 times a day so that you can start collecting as much data as possible. And then of course, over time, if you want to slow it down, you can. If you don't want to record content every day, that's okay. The best thing to do is plan at least 1 week's worth of content at once and then just record that entire batch at the same time. Step 4, spend some time understanding content formats that are the most impactful for you. And what I mean by that is learning how creators do amazing introductions in the first few seconds of video. In other words, they're hooking them in. Without that, people just leave. Learning how they manage to keep an audience engaged throughout the middle of their videos is also important. And then, most importantly, learn how creators are delivering enough value that gets people to keep coming back and follow them. When you look at the watch time of your own videos, you can get a sense of where people are dropping off. So that way, you can continually improve those areas of your content in the future. Step 5, make sure you use captions in your videos. Remember, not everyone has sound on. So make sure you're using captions so that way if people are in a public setting, they can just read and get what your video is all about. That way, you get more engagement and less people leaving. Step 6, keep track of your critical metrics. There are a few metrics that'll help you determine what makes a great piece of content and what makes a content piece fail. In terms of performance, you should be looking at things like views, likes, comments, shares. These are really critical. When it comes to traffic sources, TikTok allows you to see what features inside the app are sending you traffic. It's really important to know where your traffic's coming from so you can double down on those sources and get more of it. You should always leverage what's working for you and stick with it as long as it's working. Always, of course, you want to keep trying new things as well, but focus majority of your efforts on the areas that your metrics are showing that are working and driving the views and followers and engagement.